Thank you, Josh. Thank you for stopping through town. Yeah. Good to see you. I'll have to come down to Lawrence sometime. Is there much going on down there?
It's the only thing going on down here.
Alright. Good. Well, alright. And that brings us to our featured performers tonight. We got a couple poets who've actually both been through town separately just recently. Mindy was just here in the spring with another tour, one of those tours with the long names that I keep intermixing, so I would call it like the Electric Alligator Boogaloo. What?
So that's in February, and it's
The Whirlwind Company. Oh, that's not even one of the complicated ones. Damn those red bloody tours. I never understand what the hell is going on. I just know I want to see them. So, Mindy, Rachel was here just a little bit ago with the Nebraska Writers Collective. Actually brought her through. Now we spend all our money on school kids and cheeseburgers. But we're very happy that she can come back. Both these folks come to us from the West Coast. They've been to the National Poetry Slam multiple times. Rachel's been on the National Poetry Slam finals stage multiple times.
She also won the Underground Indies.
She won what?
The Underground Indies.
The Underground Indies at this last National Poetry Slam. She's also, you know, a world champion from the Women of the World Poetry Slam, put on by Poetry Slam Inc. She's done a few things, but most noteworthy, I believe she said somewhere, this is your first actual tour.
My first tour in 10 years.
First tour in 10 years.
I waited until my babies were older.
Which is smart. So I'm just gonna say, with all her accomplishments, world champion, National Poetry Slam finalist, whatever, the thing that impresses me most is that she has 5 children, and she gets to national events, she gets out. My wife and I have 2 children, and we struggle to get to an open mic down the street. So, she is magical. So, let's put it together. Mindy, Nettifee, and Rachel.
Manservant for tonight. Do I have any takers?
I'll do it.
Okay. So these are set in perfect order. So this is the top, and when it's time, what is your name?
Jake.
Hi Jacob, good to meet you. You're just gonna lift it up and you're gonna show, and you're gonna walk from here, you're gonna sashay shantae, and you're gonna come back, twirl and sit back down, okay? And then this is second round.
And then
That's third.
Gotcha.
Boom. It's like a boxing match, kind of. Yeah. Only you don't bleed this time. You're nice.
Hi. Yeah, so Rachel and I are on a national tour that we lovingly titled The Last Nerve, a high tea poetry brawl. Things might get broken.
Nothing will break.
We'll see.
Just hearts.
Just hearts.
Just minds.
And we'd like to start the show with a little something I'm going to read to you now. It's called Public Service Announcement for Young Women Who Don't Consider Themselves Feminists. Also, for anyone who says the word with derision, or like it's a secret, or like it's the punchline to everyone's favorite joke. For anyone who's ever called a woman a feminazi, a broad-brained hippie, an axe wound, a cunt, or some chick. That's the last one's my favorite. But mostly for young women who don't consider themselves feminists. Babies, please, for the love of all that is right and holy and grandmotherly in this world, stop saying that shit out loud. It makes you sound like an idiot. It's like giving up the first 20 rungs on the shoddy wooden ladder to getting some respect. The ladder is like 1,000 rungs tall. You're gonna have to fight for every rung. You're gonna have to full torso fight for every goddamn rung. When you say, I just don't consider myself a feminist, it's like saying, I'm not that crazy about the right to vote, or get an education, or prosecute men who perpetrate violence against me. It's like saying my body being property. Also, please stop following it up with, I've just never been discriminated against personally. Because, though that's great, that's really great, that you've never met any obstacles to your self-actualization, and we're really happy for you, you know? I mean, who wants to be president anyway? Not interested. We're just asking that you keep that to yourself. That you feel no solidarity with the women who have no voice, no power, no safety, no light, no right, or freedom to drive a car or walk down the street alone, no right to protect their own children. Maybe you're not ready to acknowledge what you owe to your mothers and to their mothers and to their mothers, to the women who did not raise you but loved you before you even existed, who raised you up on their own backs, to the bitches and the brawlers and the spitfires, to the snake smart charmers who conned the justice out of men with sticky honey shy, and to the he-sheets who crossed enemy lines and took the fear and hatred into their own bodies and transformed it into swagger, into I dare you, motherfucker. Maybe you're not ready. I'm sorry. Of course you're not ready. I am barely ready. I am unprepared. My sex is not a handicap to be overcome. I've got sense like people got worries. I'm not intimidated by mouthy boys or entitled men or roving packs of beer-soaked adolescents looking for some proving ground of flesh. It's terrifying to be this soft, to be an object, to have had to learn first, not who I was, but how I was seen. Am I pretty enough? Why is he looking at me like that? Why isn't he looking at me? Who will love me? Why would anyone love me? If I exploit myself first, I'll be spared exploitation, right? If I don't claim the war is mine, I won't be targeted. If I don't want it, power. It won't hurt when I can't have it. But you can have it. Don't you feel it, some repressed ambition stirring nauseously inside you, the piece of Eve's apple that won't digest, the slow monstering of you when you try to smile and be nice. The tiger hinging on its hind legs. Don't be grateful. Be ungrateful. Be on your last nerve. Get ready.